Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome into our reaction to the New York Jets falling to the Miami Dolphins by a score of 20-3. I'm wearing this mask right now because it is disgraceful to be a New York Jets fan. We are officially one of the worst teams in NFL history. And no, I'm not going to wear this mask the entire video. That was just a stupid little joke. But yeah, I wanted to go live instead of record a video because me and Jack want to break down this game, get into, what we thought, the positives, the negatives, what should happen. A lot of stuff happened in today's game, and it's just reassures that Adam Gase needs to go. Sam Darnold played really poorly in his return from injury, and I think the defense played played very well. So there's some things that we're going to talk about that's good, but majority of the situation is pretty rough. So Jack, what's your first initial reaction to this game?
My first reaction is that once again, Adam Gase just continues to bring down this organization. The defense stepped up today. They really did. They forced 2 turnovers. Quinnen Williams looks like a beast. Terrell Basham was playing well. The interior line was playing well. Harvey Langi was making some plays. We have holes throughout our secondary, but you know what? The defense stepped up today. Adam Gase's offense and Sam Darnold could not get anything going. They could not capitalize. They started 2 drives in plus territory that came away with no points. No points, man. I keep going back to that second half first half before the second half. Less than 30 seconds left, 2nd and 10. We're in field goal range, and we give the ball to Frank Gore, and it goes nowhere, and we have to burn another timeout. We don't end up throwing a ball in the end zone. We miss a field goal, down 10 going into the half. Just little things like that is what is the lack of competency in the coaching staff. It's totally holding back this organization. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth. Sam Darnold stunk today. He looked awful out there. He looked like he didn't know what he was doing. There were a couple good plays, but, 2 really terrible picks, terrible decisions. Inexcusable, It seems like every time we've seen Sam out there this year, there's been that at least one inexcusable play. And you can't have that year 3. So Sam's time in New York is done, unfortunately. This, brings us one step closer to Trevor Lawrence. So, defense looked good besides, Millette is pretty bad. Lamar Jackson's pretty bad. Ashton Davis is pretty bad in coverage. Bryce Hall, had a penalty, which was pretty bad, but, he held his own today again. So I like what I'm seeing from him. But, the celebration after the fumble, when you're down in the 4th quarter and you don't have a win on the season, 10 games in, the team celebration, that kind of stuff really pisses me off, man. So, it's just another disgusting week with Adam Gase to blame. This time we can blame Sam Darnold as well. It's not Joe Flacco getting the blame this week because I guess Sam stinks as well. Just terrible, man. Sorry it's all so negative, but, we watched the same game for 3 hours, so it's
there's not a lot.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
There's not a lot of good things you could take away from this game. Like the only good things that you said that you can really say is the defense actually showed up. The defensive line looks amazing. Quinnen Williams had one of his best games of the season. He had a forced fumble, a pass deflection, a sack, a tackle for loss, a quarterback hit. Quinnen Williams is showing up and proving that he is not a bust. And there's a lot of people that wrote off Quinnen Williams as a bust, which he is not. Foley Fatukasi still is, he should deserve a lot more credit than I think he's getting. And overall, the defensive secondary, Marcus May looked really good in that first quarter, and then he kind of, fell off. Ashton Davis got beat on that touchdown. And Bryce Hall, I love Bryce Hall's energy. I feel like he's all over the Devontae Parker the entire game, and he was getting penalized a lot. But I really like what I see from Bryce Hall. I feel like he's a guy that you can mold into a starter. But, offensively, there's nothing you could say positive about, Denzel Mims making some plays. He did have that offensive pass interference, which I wish it wasn't. But, it's just like it comes down to the New York Jets having a terrible coaching staff. And like you said, this week we cannot blame Joe Flacco because Sam Darnold was the one that went out there and stunk it up. He now has 3 passing touchdowns and 8 interceptions on the season. So it is inexcusable. Sam Darnold, you cannot make up any excuses. The offensive line, they were inconsistent. They protected Sam on a lot of plays, and the other type of plays he didn't get protected. But still, Sam needs to improve his decision-making. He doesn't have, the ability to make the proper decision in order to elevate guys around him. It seems like he always tries to create something out of nothing, and it always bites him in the ass. I always said he has that Brett Favre in him where he's a little too aggressive, and it doesn't help. It doesn't work out sometimes, and it's unfortunate because we, traded a lot of draft capital to go up and get, Sam Darnold as our quarterback, and he is, regressing. He does not look like he should be the starter for the Jets' future. And, this is another step forward to the Jets firing Adam Gase and acquiring that first pick. And this whole Jets team can be completely different in literally less than a year, because if we fire Gase, we get a new coach, we have Trevor Lawrence, we have another first-round pick to, probably be a defensive guy because our defense needs a lot of people on there. So, it can't get darker than this for Jets fans. I know it's frustrating, and I know that everything you're watching is like disaster. Like if there's nothing you can like hold on to. But Mekhi Becton played well today. Denzel Mims looks like he is going to be a solid, at minimum, number 2 receiver for the future. Quinton Williams looks like an absolute stud. Foley Fatukasi, like I mentioned. I feel like Bryce Hall has a lot of potential. I still have my hopes in Ashton Davis. So there are a lot of things we can hold on to for the future, but it's hard to do that in an 0-11 season. I feel like this is another game that it's like the best case scenario. We lost, the tank still lives on, and we still had our young guys play really well in order to, build around, because we're trying to build a culture. We're trying to build a team that is competitive for the future. And I feel like our young guns stepped up, and that's really the only thing we can do. But, overall, as the Jets offense, it's just completely inexcusable. Sam Darnold looked really bad. And, Joe Flacco definitely looked better with the 3 receivers out there. So it's question mark for Sam to go out there for the first time with his 3 starting receivers for the first time this season. And he doesn't look like he is comfortable out there. He's making bad decisions. He's missing throws. He's holding onto the ball too long. There's just a lot of things, but I think the bright spots we got to hold on to is just, whatever. Go on.
I mean, Sam just looked like crap. That's as plainly as I can say it. He looked like crap today. He didn't look like he should be out there. Apparently he was healthy. I guess I'll believe that, because he didn't look like his shoulder was bothering him or anything like that. But he just looked like crap. And now you ask yourself, like, is Sam Darnold going to be the ultimate bust in terms of we don't even get adequate compensation for him? Like, what's it going to be looking like? Like, are we going to get like a 3rd rounder for Sam Darnold all of a sudden? The guy who we took 3rd overall just 3 years ago? Like, it makes me nervous, man. Like, I at least wanted to lose today with some signs of life from the offense. But, Frank Gore was our best offensive player today. I think Mims would have been our best offensive player if more targets went his way. But, the tight end position is non-existent on the New York Jets. With P. Ryan on the IR, Frank Gore was the guy today. We have Ty Johnson, but who is Ty Johnson? So Frank Gore was the guy today. I don't think that any of us really saw that coming. I think we all would have hoped to see Sam just unleash the ball all day. The season's an absolute wash. It can't get any worse. I don't understand the play calling. Like we're still, like there's still hope. Like it's like Adam Gase putting people can say, well, Gase going for the field goal before the half was putting his team in the best position to win. I don't give a crap about that. We're 0-11. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel right now. There's always young, promising talent to talk about, and we can talk about Joe Douglas, and we can talk about Woody coming back, and we can talk about all this stuff. But as of right now, the season's still going on, and we're 0-11, and we don't have a win. So the light at the end of the tunnel is not there. And, Sam Darnold, we at least hoped that he was going to show us something today, because I'm ready to move on from Sam, but I love Sam. Sam's a stand-up guy. He's I feel like he's handled the New York media market and the New York fans like very well. For still such a young guy, I feel like he's been mature throughout all of this turmoil that he's really experienced as Jets quarterback. And, I feel for Sam. So like I always say, I hope that Sam can go to a better organization, San Francisco, Pittsburgh, even New England or Indianapolis, places like that, I think Sam can get it done and have a successful career. But, it comes down to a complete lack of competence in our coaching staff and in our ownership. And, not putting any of these young guys in positions to succeed, and we just have holes all over this roster. This roster is not worthy of competing with the 31 other teams. You know, even look at the Giants. For the first couple of weeks of the season, we were like, all right, you know, at least the Giants are like right there with us. Now the Giants, they won today, so they're a 4-win team now, right?
They're first place.
Yeah, it's. I mean, that division's a joke. That division is an
I know.
absolute joke. But you know, it just seems like
Yeah.
we should be like, you know, in the G League of the NFL or something like that. You know, it's like
Yeah, we're the worst. We're the worst team in the NFL, and it looks like we're going to be the worst team in the NFL history. Just want to quickly thank you, V-Man, for the donation. You want to talk about the Raiders game because that is next week, and yeah, the temperature and the winds. You know, you don't trust Carr. Well, we'll see. I think that we're going to lose to the Raiders. You don't have to worry about that. But V-Man, I appreciate the donation.
yeah, thank you, brother.
But you know, back to the game. You know, it just comes down to the Jets being absolutely terrible. You know, there's nothing more we can talk about, really. You know, we can just keep blabbering on how bad this Jets team looks under Adam Gase and everything. But, you know, that really does it for this video. Me and Jack just want to come on here really quick and give you guys our reaction to the game. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. You know, I appreciate all the love on the channel. And I really do. Make sure you subscribe for more Jets content. I know the Jets are terrible, and I know it's hard to get desire to watch them, but me and Jack will be creating content for you guys, no matter if they're really good or really bad. But again, thank you so much for all the support. Jack, thank you for coming on today. And
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me as always. Appreciate the Jets Nation and the Jets Media fam that always supports the channel, even with an 0-11 team that we're rooting for. But, you know, we're the best fan base in sports, right? So we just got to keep grinding, keep looking forward, trusting Joe Douglas, trusting the young guys. And, yeah, man, another disgraceful week.
Another disgraceful week. Next week, I'll be live all over again. All right, guys. Love you all. Hope you guys have a fantastic night. Let's go, Jets. I'll catch you guys in my next video.
Peace out, guys. Thank you.